So Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna's abode, is the topmost planet. So that is what we saw. And right in the middle, Radha Krishna is there. And based on the rasa division, you need that? Dark there? Yeah. It's okay. This is important. So then we saw right in the middle, it's all Madhurya pastimes and based on rasa divisions. Madhurya, Vatsalya, Dasya, Sakhya, Dasya and Shantarasa. So 5 divisions are there. And there are 7 concentric circles we saw, 7 layers, right? So, and this, and also Navadip is there in the last layer. This is what we saw also. So, and then Mathura, Jagannath Puri, Dwaraka we saw. And why Mathura and Dwaraka is outside Vrindavan is because of Aishwarya Jnana. So, when Aishwarya knowledge enters, so that is away from Vrindavan. So you remember when Akrura comes to take Krishna, so it is explained that Vrindavanam Parityajya. Anybody know the shloka? Padam Ekam na gacchati. So what is the meaning? Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan. Even one step, Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan. So Akrura is coming to take Vrindavan, to take Krishna from Vrindavan, right? Kamsa is sending Akrura. So, and he was successful. So gopis are cursing Akrura. Krura means cruel. Akrura means one who is not cruel. So gopis are cursing Akrura. Who gave him the word Akrura? Not cruel. Such a cruel. Why is so cruel?
They are separating Krishna from us.
Separating Krishna from devotee. What Putana could not do, what Agasura could not do, what Bakasura could not do, Akrura did. All these asuras came to take Krishna away. Basically they wanted to kill Krishna, but they could not do. But at least now attempt is made to take Krishna outside Vrindavan. So but Acharya has explained that there is Akrura Ghat. No? So even now if you go, you can see there is an Akrura Ghat. So that is a place where Krishna and the gopis, they got separated. It's in the border of Vrindavan. So Acharya has explained that Krishna, the Vasudeva Krishna, the 400 form of Krishna, who left Vrindavan, whereas Krishna came back. And pastimes continued in what form? Aprakata. Prakata and I can see you. Prakata and aprakata. Manifested and unmanifested. So the past tense was continued in unmanifested form. So, but of course, the gopis who were in manifested form, they were feeling immense separation, and we understand almost 80 years of separation, and the longer the separation, the intensity of devotion is increases. So that is what we have to understand. So all these things was missing in Goloka we saw, and therefore Gokul is superior. That's 6 reasons we saw. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Krishna Chakra Thakur gives that explanation why Gokul is higher than Goloka. These are the 6 reasons. No gopis, no husbands, no Janmashtami, no demons, less separation, and no conditioned souls, and more opulence. So Goloka is more opulent. Therefore they call Goloka to be Aishwarya Goloka. So and whereas Gokul to be Madhurya Gokul. So that we saw. And then the yantra, and then 4 surroundings, Vyuha, and all these Brahmashamitra shlokas one by one we were seeing. So and then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in this commentary said the whole Vrindavan is made out of Chintamani. So Chintamani we also hear from the story of Sanatana Goswami, right? So, what is that Chintamani?
It will give
Touchstone. So, Sanatana Goswami's touchstone is not desire fulfilled. What is that?
Turning everything to gold.
Turning everything into gold. So, whatever with that stone you touch any object, it becomes gold. But whereas Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the Goloka is entirely made out of Chintamani. The houses, the land, everything is made out of Chintamani, and these are all Kalpa Vrikshas. It's not saying Chintamani, but fulfilling, desire fulfilling. Prabhupada said, you can even get, you can go to Chintamani, you can ask anything. Kalpa Vriksha means what? You go and ask a fruit. That tree is Kalpa Vriksha means you can ask unseasonal fruits. Now you get mango from all seasons. Some usually mango should come in summer, but in Dubai and Bahrain you get. So maybe some Kalpa Vrikshas are here. But Prabhupada said from the tree you can ask for kachori, pakoda, rasgulla, anything it will give. So that is what Chintamani in spiritual world. All fulfilling. Whatever you desire, it fulfills. So, and then it is explained that gold, we see gold everywhere, but gold in spiritual world, it is even superior. And you know how? How can gold be superior? Gold is gold, right? So Acharya has explained gold in spiritual world has fragrance also. Not artificial fragrance, but it is a natural fragrance also. So these are all amazing things which inspires us to go to spiritual world to serve Krishna in a better way. So and then we also saw how the whole planet is an expansion of Balram, Sandhini, Samvit, Haladini and Chit, Jiva, Maya, all these Shaktis, how we interact each other. And then we understood how Balram is always ready to serve Krishna in whatever way possible. The whole planet is basically, whatever Krishna wants, it does. If he wants little hot climate, it increases. If he wants little cold climate, if he wants little rain, if he wants little sun, whatever he wants. So, and I was telling the other day that hide and seek, right? Did I say? So when Krishna plays his hide and seek games, when he hides himself behind some bushes, so all these trees where he's hiding, starts offering obeisance to him and start offering unseasonal fruits, and it becomes more easier for Gopas to catch him. Wherever you see unseasonal fruits, Krishna is hiding there. So everything there is serving Krishna and increasing the pastime. So it is called a smart world. We are all interested in smartphones, smart watches. But this is smart world, and Krishna is smart God. And if we have to be there, we should be smart devotees without smartphone. So, and then we were seeing these jewels was surrounding the Goloka. So those devotees who want to worship Krishna with Aishwarya Gyan, so they will not be entertained inside Goloka, rather they will be serving in Vaikuntha. So these gems are also explained to be Siddhis, Ashta Siddhis. There are 8 varieties of gems. So they are none other than 8 jewels of Kuvera. It is explained that Kuvera's 8 varieties of jewels. It is none other than this. And also it is explained as a Siddhis manifestation. And sometimes we can see in the stories of Kshatriyas, even in the story of Ashwatthama. So the kings having these jewels, it has some power. So when you remove these jewels from their crown, their power diminishes. And that's what they did for Ashwatthama and other stories we can hear. During the fight, they remove the gems and the power gets reduced. So it's Siddhi's manifestation. These gems are having such powers by themselves. And then we saw Ayodhya, and then we saw Vaikuntha, and then we saw the story of Gop Kumar from Brihad Bhavatamrita, and then we saw how Lakshmi Narayan is there, surrounded by Sri Devi, Bhudevi, Neela Devi, and all other energies, and 8 gopis expand into 8 queens, and then Dvitiya Chaturviha, all these things, and then 24 avatars. And then you can see, interestingly, there are, you see here, who is there? Durga. Ananta. Interesting, no? So some people were doubting, in case if Durga is Supreme Lord, better worship her. If Ganesh, at least keep in car's keychain. In case if Ganesh is Supreme Lord, if something happens, then what we will do? So that doubt is there.
One option.
One option, yeah. So you can see Durga is there. You see here. The printing mistake. Ganesh is there. So who is he? What is he doing there? So Shastras explain that the Ganesh, the Durga, the Indra, Vayu we saw here yesterday. Kuvera is there, Vayu is there, and Varuna is there. So all of them are not demigods. Who are they? They are all eternal associates of Lord serving Narayana. Now when Narayana created this world and when he created these demigods, so he gave the names of his devotees, his associates. And that's how the demigods here got the name of Indra, Vayu, Varuna, like that. Ganesh. So these eternal associates, they give their power to the demigods here. So that is the link. So those who worship Ganesh, Shiva and Durga here, they will not go to Vaikuntha. So we should be very clear. And of course, all of our acharyas very clearly they said that there is, as a devotees of Krishna, we don't have to worship demigods. And Bhagavad Gita also very clearly delineates this point. Right?
What is the significance of the Sanskrit letters?
Oh, okay. So actually, each letter, if you see our Jiva Goswami and other acharyas in the Vyakyarna, so each letter actually has meaning. It is not just mere letters. So I will read one verse. It gives explanation. From Brahma Samhita, I believe. Not able to find that, but actually what we understood is this Harinamrita Vyakarna by Jiva Goswami. So Acharyas explained that each letter, the sound is Vishnu, there is no difference between letter and Vishnu, and that's what is explained. Acharyas explained that each letter denotes Vishnu himself. So that's why these letters are there and it represents Vishnu himself actually. The sound is Vishnu. It's a little complex, but it's difficult to understand how all these things. But Jiva Goswami explains it in Harinama Vyakarana. So maybe those who study that, they will be able to explain that. So that is one thing. And a few other shlokas. Bhadra, Shubhadra, okay. So there is one temple near Srirangam. What is that temple name? Forgot. There are 6 Divyadeshams around Srirangam. So in one of the temples when you go, the entrance is on the south side. So then you see there is no Jaya and Vijay. There is Bhadra and Shubhadra. So that's what you see here. Bhadra and Shubhadra in the south direction. So and then Jaya and Vijay like that. So there is 7 entrances and each side different gatekeepers are there. Chanda, Prachanda, Tiruvallarai, I think, the temple name. So and then Brahma Jyoti we saw yesterday. So the impersonal feature of the Lord. And the Acharyas explained that Brahma Jyoti is the Tejas, right? Is the emanation from Krishna's body. So, and Acharya has also explained that just like sun rays,
Yes.
the sun rays, if you see sometimes in the dust, you see a lot of microparticles. So similarly, the Brahmajyoti is full of jivas. So Brahmajyoti is all around, and all these impersonalists, they go there, and demons who try to kill Krishna, but Krishna killed them and sent them to Brahmajyoti. So these Mayavadis also are Krishna Paradis, and what they attempt to do,
To merge.
they want to merge, but they cannot merge because of their offensive nature. So actually what Mayavadis do is what demons do. Demons want to kill Krishna, and Mayavadis also, Prabhupada said, want to kill Krishna. How?
Without no form.
They say God has no head, God has no legs, God has no hands. So what they are doing basically,
They cutting on.
killing Krishna's form. So what is the difference between Mayavadis and demons? And therefore, we should never hear from Mayavadi. They may speak about Krishna, they may sing about Krishna, but we should never associate with these Mayavadis. They are more dangerous, and that's what our acharyas have explained. So, and then we saw Sadashiva Loka. Okay, one more thing. Okay. In the sixth avarna we were seeing around Vaikuntha, these alvars, they are the manifestation of different weapons of the Lord. So now it's explained that when all these personalities they come, they all look similar. All of them having four hands, their body equally effulgent, and all are smiling, beautiful. So everybody is looking similar. So how to differentiate them? There are 12 alvars, right? So their personality looks same. They are in the sixth avarna we saw. So Acharya has explained that you see here, disc and club and all of the manifestation, personal manifestation of these weapons. So Acharya has explained that in their helmet they have these markings. Okay, that is how it is possible to differentiate them. And then to substantiate this, of course, we have Shastri Pramana. When we went to Adikeshava Perumal temple in Tiruvallur, so you see there Adikeshava Perumal is sleeping, very huge deity. If you get chance to see, you can go near and take darshan. Actually, there was Samprokshanam done maybe 2 years ago. Kumbhabhishekam was done. So previous to Kumbhabhishekam, when the renovation was going on in the Sanctum Sanctorium, so it was very bright. There was a lot of light, and we could able to go near and see. Then we saw the details. Otherwise, now they keep it very dark. It's very difficult to see the details. So when we saw that, we saw all these weapons personified. Weapons, this alvars, basically not in the form of alvars, but as an eternal associate of Lord. So all of them were above Adikeshava Perumal, and in their helmet these marks are there. And that's what exactly our Jiva Goswami and the Acharyas have explained in our scriptures. So it's nice seeing that. So and then we saw Viraja river, and then Sadashiva Loka is the first Vaikuntha planet. So Mahatattva Pradhana, right? So Pradhana is the unmanifested form of material creation, and Mahatattva is the manifested form. So now to create this entire universe, imagine how much materials are required. Alright? To build a building, you need cement, sand, stone, iron, so water, so many things are required. Imagine for universe to build, how much raw materials are required. And these raw materials put together is called Pradhana, in unmanifested form. So just like you have a godown here, right? And then there inside they're cooking. So devotees coming and asking, Prabhuji, where is puri, sabji, khichdi, pongal, kheer? Devotees asking, where are these items? And one devotee is taking to go down. Here it is. It is there, but it is in raw form, unmanifested form. And then when it comes here, it becomes manifested. Okay. And then when it comes to our plate, it becomes unmanifested. Okay. So now this is called Pradhana and this is called Mahatattva. So when things are disassembled in unmanifested form. So you, in a factory, you produce a car. So now when cars, different parts are assembled separately, it's called Pradhana. So all the materials required to manifest the entire universe is kept in a raw, in unmanifested form. That is like a cloud, and it appears in the northeast direction of Vaikuntha. So this is the northeast direction, this Ishana. So this Ishana is none other than Sadashiva, we saw, right? So who is Sadashiva? Sadashiva is Vishnu Tattva. Okay? And although he is Vishnu Tattva, just like Balram is also Vishnu Tattva, but Balram is always serving Krishna. Right? So similarly, Ishana or Sadashiva is also Vishnu Tattva, but always he is worshipping Sankarshana, who is none other than Balram basically. So the Sadashiva is wearing snakes all around his body to remind himself of his master Sankarshana. So now, the Sadashiva planet, so we were, this is a chart and we cannot put everything properly. So instead of depicting the creation on this side, so for conveniency, we have put here. So this is what is a planet, Ishana. So and then yesterday we read that shloka. So Shivadam, one portion of which called Mahakaladam is enveloped in darkness. Interpenetrating this portion of Shivadam, there shines the Sadashiva Loka, full of great light. So this is from Brahma Samhita. So now, creation begins. Now, there is Purusha avatars, 3 Purusha avatars. Dvitiya Sankarshan expands into 3 Purusha avatars. Who are they? Karmadakasha Vishnu, Kshirodakasha Vishnu, and Garbhodakasha Vishnu. So 3 Vishnus. Karmadakasha Vishnu, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, Kshirodakasha Vishnu. So now, when Dvitiya Sankarshan expands into Karmadakasha Vishnu, when he exhales, millions of universes are created. First, this Karana ocean, some acharyas explain that it is sweat of Mahavishnu. The sweat of Mahavishnu, the Karna ocean is none other than the sweat of Mahavishnu, and being Supreme Lord, his sweat is transcendental and it doesn't have bad flavor. So otherwise it is also said that it is sweat of personified Vedas. So these are the 2 explanations given by our acharyas.
So that Karna, that ocean, that is also Viraja, no?
Yeah, that is what is Viraja, and it is surrounded by Brahmajyoti. It's not just below. It is surrounded by all around. In all planets it is surrounded, but we cannot depict everything. Right? So this is Viraja river exactly. So now, what happens during the Pralaya? So during Pralaya, we saw yesterday when those jivas who are not qualified yet to go to Goloka, so Anantashesh becomes so much angry that using his unlimited mouths, Anantashesh starts spitting fire, and then there is heavy rainfall, heavy floods, and then again there is 11 Rudras come and burn everything. So basically all our physical bodies, all our jada is burnt in material world. Now Atma is there with its subtle elements, mind, intelligence, Sukshma Sarira. The Stula Sarira is burnt and Sukshma Sarira is there, Atma Sarira. So there are thousands and thousands of jivas yet to be qualified. So now what happens when Pralaya happens? All these jivas enter into the body of Karmadakasha Vishnu, because all universe is destroyed. So when they enter into Karmadakasha Vishnu, they enter in very pure form. So their subtle desires, mind, intelligence, everything is kept separately. So just like we were giving the example, like
jail,
prison house, when a prisoner is arrested and when he is about to enter the jail, so he is given a new uniform and all his old dress, and his watch or wallet or whatever it is, his phone, his gold, his chain, all these things are collected and kept. And when he comes out, again everything is given back. So similarly, Jiva enters into Vishnu in a pure form, and again creation happens. When he comes out, Shiva, Mahatattva, everything gives, everybody comes back with their set of karma, desires, vasanas. So all our unfulfilled desires, we can try again fulfilling in the next creation. 84 lakhs of birth, death, sex life, defense, ahara, mitra, bhaya, maituna, millions of life. Jiva is taking and suffering, trying to fulfill their desires. So again, when Pralaya comes, Anantashesh becomes angry. Again, this foolish Jiva opportunity was given, he didn't utilize it, and then he starts spitting fire, and again we enter into Mahavishnu. So this is going on millions of life. So now Jivas are in the body of Mahavishnu, and then when creation starts, what happens? Vishnu, by his glance, expresses his desire to create. Actually, he doesn't want to send us to material world, but it's our desire that we are forcing Bhagavan to create this prison house. And this whole material world is compared to jail, dukhalayam ashashvatam. So now, you can see here, so little technical, be little conscious to understand this. So this glance, it is explained that Ramadevi is very near Vishnu, and when Vishnu desires to procreate, he understands. The wife is there, wife understands that Bhagavan is desiring to create. But Vishnu glances Maya, who is far away on the other side of Vraja. It is explained, Vishnu doesn't deal with Maya directly. Vishnu and Maya, you see, they are completely in far. Vishnu is on this side of Vraja and Maya is on that side of Vraja. So now, by glance, Vishnu is transmitting the jivas. Okay. So now this glance personification is Shambhu. The glance is called as aura or halo. So the glance is personified into Shambhu, and Shambhu is none other than still Sadashiva. Okay, he is Vishnu Tattva. Still he is Vishnu Tattva. Still he is Sadashiva. Okay, still he is not Shiva. Okay. So now Ramadevi, she carries the jivas and she gives the jivas to Shambhu with the Trishul. So you see Trishul here. What is this Trishul? Trishul is past, present and future. Right? The time, Kala, Mahakala Dham means time factor begins from the Viraja. After Viraja it begins. So now Shambhu, what he does, he takes these jivas and impregnates the jivas into Maya. Who is Maya? Maya is a shadow of Ramadevi. Okay. So Durga is the shadow of Lakshmi, shadow of Ramadevi, shadow of Vishnu's consort. Right? So now, when Shambhu impregnates Maya, when he comes in contact with Maya, the Vishnu Tattva becomes Shiva Tattva. Until you understand. So now he is Shiva Tattva, and that is what is that Shivalinga. People are worshipping here Shivalinga. What is that Shivalinga? The yoni. And it's the genitals of Shiva. It's a creation. It denotes the creation. Symbolizes the creation. And that's what we worship. People worship here. Right? So we didn't put here because so many things, if you put it becomes a little confusing. So we have not put Shivalinga, although we should put actually. So now it's clear here that when Shambhu impregnates Maya, then what happens? Pradhana becomes Mahatattva, Sadashiva, who is Vishnu Tattva, becomes Shiva Tattva. Okay. So you please go back and try to hear this and understand if you can understand. So it's little technical, So Shambhu is Sadashiva, who is Shiva Tattva, until he comes in contact of Maya. So when he impregnates Maya, who is Pradhana, when he comes in contact with Pradhana becomes Mahatattva, and then the Sadashiva, who is Shiva Tattva, Vishnu Tattva becomes Shiva Tattva. And who is Shiva Tattva? Shiva Tattva again is little difficult for us to understand, and Acharyas have explained that among all Tattvas, there is Vishnu Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Jada Tattva, Shakti Tattva, Guru Tattva. There are so many Tattvas, and among all Tattvas, Shiva Tattva and Guru Tattva are the most difficult to understand. Why? Because there is dual roles. Dual role means you can see Shiva acting as a demigod sometimes, acting as a devotee sometimes. So there are many roles. Even Guru also is considered equal as Lord and as a devotee. So these concepts are very difficult for us to understand. And Prabhupada said Shiva Tattva and Guru Tattva are very difficult to understand. So now these people, Shiva, whom we worship in this material world, we don't worship. We are very clear that our Acharya is very clearly delineated that there is no, although from Sadashiva only Shiva comes, still Shiva and Sadashiva are not same. And Shastras very clearly say that those who equate Vishnu to Shiva, they are Pashandis, offenders, So one should be very clear with this. So we understand he has dual role, but when we preach usually, already we are confusing people enough. So therefore usually in our preaching, we don't speak about these dual roles. He is also, Vishnu, like Vishnu, and he is also devotee, to make life easy. So they say Shiva is a demigod. But otherwise we know, we understand, but we don't preach like that. Why? Because if you start preaching, soon we will have Shiva Linga here, Some temples have that. So now what happens? So when Shiva impregnates and then the Pradhana gets agitated, the Ichcha Shakti, the time, and then three modes, everything starts combining, and simultaneously what's happening is when he exhales, the Jivas also come, and also the universes, millions of planets, millions of universes, it starts coming out from the pores of Mahavishnu. Now all these universes, what happens? It enters the Mahatattva. Right? Mahatattva is what? Is the manifested form of all elements. Right? So now each universe enters Mahatattva and becomes enveloped. Okay. So you can see here there is 7 layers. Okay. So, of course, after discussing Goloka, after discussing Vrindavan, after discussing Madhurya Rasa, material world is boring subject matter. So, therefore, we will try to get out of the subject matter as soon as possible. And then we should go out of this material world. So, here you can see each universe is enveloped. Sometimes it is at 7 layers and sometimes it's at 8 layers. Why 7 layers? So when we see Vaikuntha is having 7 layers, Goloka having 7 layers, so material world being the perverted reflection also has 7 layers, right? But only difference is the 7 layers there are bright, and here the universe is covered with 7 layers so that it is dark, and that's the perfect way of describing material world, right? So it is dark, full of ignorance. So now we can see earth, water, air, fire, ether, ego, Mahatattva, and then sometimes it is explained that Pradhana is also a layer and sometimes it is not. So now in Brihad Bhavatamrita we can see, so what is these layers? These are all subtle elements, all these elements in subtle form. Okay, every universe is enveloped with this 6 layers. So universe, millions of universes get into this Mahatattva, and all these 7 layers, it is formed around the universe. So when Gopakumar, that story same from Brihad Bhavatamrita, when he explained, when he was traveling from Vrindavan to all planetary systems, so he was crossing all these 7 layers, and he explained that in each layer there is some form of the Lord worshipped by devotees, and there is cities, there is planet, there is worship going on, and everything is elaborately done in each layer. In earth, for example, this layer, earth personified, Bhumi Devi is worshipping Lord Varaha, and there are planets, and there are devotees, and there is system of worship, and there is cities, in each layers. Not only within universe, the 14 planet system, even in the outside also. So what we understand is basically everywhere there is some form of the Lord is worshipped and some devotees are there. So Bhagavan is there everywhere doing, giving opportunity to serve. So in water personified worships Matsya, fire personified worships Surya Narayana, air personified worships Pradyumna, ether personified worships Aniruddha, ego personified worships Sankarshana, Mahatattva worships Vasudeva. Right? And then in Pradhana, what is explained is, so I'll read that shloka. As before, I crossed over each of these coverings and finally came to the coverings made of primordial nature. Composed of the most subtle form of ignorance, it was dark blue and attractive to the eyes and mind. As I arrived, the goddess Prakriti had just finished the worship of her Lord, the Lord of that region, the effulgent Sri Mohini Murti. So there is Prakriti personification was worshipping whom? Mohini Murti form of the Lord. So the goddess at once approached me in her own superlative form. And in the commentary, so immediately our acharyas take the opportunity to explain that Maya, Prakriti, is worshipping Mohini Murti. And this shows that Mohini Murti should be more beautiful than Maya, because Maya is worshipping Mohini Murti. So immediately acharyas explain that Mohini Murti is superior, although Maya's expansion, but people get confused. So through this acharyas explains that Maya herself is worshipping the female form of the Lord. Why? Because that is superior and Maya is inferior. Right? So now again, this universe is, you can see, you can come friend, those who wish. Hare Krishna. So it is explained that these millions of universes which emanated from the body of Mahavishnu, they are all like cluster of grapes. So you take, grape, how they are clustered together. So now they are, imagine a grape, cluster of grapes, you are putting in the water and it's floating. So when it floats, what happens? Few grapes are completely immersed in the water and few grapes are floating on the top of the water. Alright? So therefore, some universes are completely immersed, some universes are half immersed and half above. So again, there are two stories to understand this fact. When Vamana Avatar pierced the coverings of the universe, when he took the third step, he was piercing the second step, so he was covering. So when he was piercing through all the coverings of the universe, what came? Ganges. From where? From Karna ocean. So he pierced on the top. But since the universe was immersed, Karna ocean could penetrate. Okay. Now, same story when Arjuna and Krishna were going to the Vaikunta to see Vishnu, and they were going there to see Vishnu, right? So when they crossed, they went in the north direction, and when they crossed all the coverings, they didn't see water. What they saw was Brahman. So therefore some universes are, it's explained like cluster of grapes, so that we can also understand. So so it's clear, right? So the jivas are emanated through the glands of Vishnu, and this glands personification is Shambhu, and Ramadevi carries these jivas with the Trishul, gives to Shambhu, and Shambhu impregnates the Maya, and Shambhu, who is Sadashiva himself, Vishnu Tattva, when he touches Maya, he becomes Shiva Tattva, right? And then Pradhana becomes Mahatattva, and the universe starts enveloping, right? So now we just saw the coverings of 7 or 8 coverings of the universe, and now what happens? Now Karmadakasha Vishnu expands himself into Garbhodakasha Vishnu. So what Garbhodakasha Vishnu is doing? So there are all jivas, totality of jivas are there. So now Garbhodakasha Vishnu is entering into each universe. Okay, there are thousands and thousands of universe, and one Karmadakasha Vishnu expands himself into thousands and thousands of Garbhodakasha Vishnu. And each Vishnu, what he is doing from the totality of jivas, it is taking that particular set of jivas and entering. Okay, so Vishnu is taking particular set of jivas and entering into each universe. So, and then he goes, and then he fills this Garbhodakasha ocean, and he is lying, and then from his navel lotus sprouts, right? So, and this stem, it is explained that this stem is a spiritual lotus, spiritual stem. All the ingredients required for internal design, interior design. Now universe is manifested externally, but 14 planetary system has to be created inside. No, so whatever ingredients required to create this 14 planetary system is kept within the stem of the lotus. So once it is created, the stem disappears, and then Vishnu goes to the Brahmaloka and he resides there. That is also explained.
We can say Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is only Virata Purusha.
In the sense, impersonal, invisible, you are telling, the universal form.
Universal.
You can say that is also explained that, Hiranyagarbha, Brahma, and then Virata. So it's a bit complex, to understand these terms. So in what sense I cannot understand, but you can also maybe take in that way.
Or gives expansion.
You can say like that, maybe. It's a little complex, these technical things, very difficult, for us to conceive and understand. So now, these 14 planetary systems are here. Now again what happens? Garbhodakasha Vishnu expands into Kshirodakasha Vishnu and enters into each Jiva and each atom. Alright? So and then the real creation starts working. So now, there are three kinds of pralayas. We all know what are the three kinds of pralayas. And so one, technically speaking, one at the end of every Brahma's day and Brahma's life. End of every Manu. So these are the three pralayas which is happening, and every pralaya has, some pralaya comes up to Satyaloka, some up to, Sargaloka. So like that there are different details, that also we know that. So now in Brahmaloka, it is explained that that is the biggest planet of, all 14 planetary system, and it is, Brahma is sitting in the lotus, that we know. And yesterday we also saw the point that when the jivas, the totality of jivas, when they enter into the universe, and Vishnu chooses the most pious jiva to be the Brahma. So, and Prabhupada also explained that all of us, when we fell down from spiritual world, our first birth was Brahma, and we had at least 4 heads, right? And we could not help ourselves, 4 heads did not help us, to understand the truth, and still we are struggling here. So why at least 4 heads? Because this is the smallest universe. That also Prabhupada said. Based on the size of the universe, the heads of the Brahmas proportionately increases. And the smallest universe is this universe where Brahma has 4 heads. There are 10-headed Brahmas, 100-headed Brahmas, and 1,000-headed Brahmas, we all know. So now, Brahma creates these 14, Brahma is a secondary creator, and he creates these 14 planetary systems. And then, if you understand who resides in Satyaloka, so his planet called Satyaloka stands above all others. It is achieved by the persons who have done their prescribed duties purely for 100 lifetimes. Within Satyaloka is a Vaikuntha planet, interesting, where the 1,000-headed divine lord of the universe is always present as Mahapurusha. Within the realm of Satyaloka is a spiritual planet named Vaikuntha, which is actually an enclave of Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. He was huge with thousands of divine arms, heads and feet. He resembled a dark blue cloud and was richly adorned with suitable ornaments. He was an ocean of brilliant effulgence. His navel was beautiful like a lotus, lying on the bed of Ananta Shesha. He enchanted everyone's eyes and mind. Lakshmi massaged their feet. Lord Brahma worshipped the Lord with opulent offerings, and in turn the Lord amply gratified him. Lord Mahapurusha was also attentive to Sri Narada's displays of love and devotion. The resplendent Lord Mahapurusha, within his own most excellent residence, instructed Brahma, who sat on the lotus beside him, The Lord patiently explained to Brahma step by step the greatness of mysteries, the essential truth of the revealed scriptures, the path of devotional service to Him. So this is the abode of Lord Brahma. And then if you see Tapaloka, the abode of four Kumaras, Sanat Kumar, Sanandana and Sanatana. So these four brothers live in Tapaloka along with other great mystics including Kavi, Havis, Antarikshva and Prabhu and Pipalyana. One may begin observing celibacy after years of indulgence, or one may practice strict celibacy as a brahmachari for the years of one's studies and then enter regulated married life. Both kinds of celibacy are very beneficial, but only the rare persons with exceptional determination to refrain from all forms of sex for the entire life is allowed to become a resident of Tapaloka. Life on Tapaloka is all auspicious. There is no trouble, peace and satisfaction. So it is not annihilated when other regions are annihilated. This is other kind of pralaya. The residents of Tapaloka who appeared similar to the Kumaras were honoring the four brothers. The Kumaras were enjoying among themselves a long discussion incomprehensibly to persons like me. Virtually everyone there was fixed in Samadhi. They were all self-satisfied, lifelong celibates, full in achievement of all desires and served by mystic perfection. Occasionally, residents of Tapaloka have philosophical meetings or worship the Supreme, but otherwise they remain externally disengaged. Nothing in the outside world attracts them. Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Soul, the embodiment of eternity, knowledge and bliss, reveals Himself in a thoroughly purified heart and nowhere else. So in the commentary it's explained, Sri Vasudeva, the presiding Lord of consciousness, reveals Himself only within Chitta, the heart, the subtle seat of awareness, more subtle than the mind. That is mentioned by Lord Shiva in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thus, meditation is a process on Tapaloka. So and then Janaloka is abode of Prajapatis. So sons of Brahma, Rishis discuss spiritual subject matters. Since the residents of Maharloka frequently travel to Janaloka, the two planets are practically a single system. The one difference between them is that on Janaloka, the fire of annihilation from below is far enough away that there is no need to flee. So Maharloka, the abode of Bridumuni and Prajapatis again. So now you see here, there is Dhruva Loka, and we know Dhruva performs austerities and he prayed to Vishnu, and when Vishnu appeared, what is the shloka? No. What he said? Divya Ratnam. So there is a shloka which says that prayed for
glass pieces, but now I obtained
diamond. Right? So I was praying for the glass pieces, but now I have got the diamond himself. But still, because he was praying for it, Krishna wanted to give him
above his
Brahma's position. But although technically it is not above Satyaloka, but still how it is considered superior?
Directly
when the Dhruvaloka is considered to be the Vaikuntha and it is never destroyed, it's eternal. Even Brahmaloka is destroyed, but Dhruvaloka is not destroyed. That is one explanation. And Kshirodakasha Vishnu in Parkada, in ocean of milk. Where is that ocean of milk? It is there in Dhruvaloka only. So Kshirodakasha Vishnu resides in Dhruvaloka. And not only that, 33 crores of demigods, and they have all their planetary systems and all other planetary systems. Everything is invisibly connected to Dhruvaloka. You remember that if you see the Vedic Planetarium TOVP video, so you can understand that. See here. So Dhruvaloka and near Saptarishis, little above Saptarishi planetary system. So all 33 crores of demigods, they have their planetary system. Every planet is connected to Dhruvaloka, invisible connection called Pravaha, and the Dhruvaloka is rotating on its own axis, and all 33 crores of demigods are revolving around Dhruvaloka. So it's explained.
Energized by that.
Sorry?
They are being energized by that.
Sorry?
They are being energized by that planet.
I didn't hear, but maybe, I don't know, I didn't hear that. So, this is the position of Dhruva. All planets are connected and revolving around Dhruva. So, that is the greater superior position, So, and it is not destroyed, but Satyaloka is also destroyed, but Dhruva is not destroyed, that we can see here. Okay, when Pralaya comes. So, that is one thing about Dhruva. So here it is, Dhruva, the pole star, is the abode of Kshirodakasha Vishnu within this material world. Upon it, there is an ocean of milk, and within that ocean, there is an island known as Shvetadvipa. Kshirodakasha Vishnu, as Paramatma Super Soul, is situated in everyone's heart and even within everyone's atom. So, and then comes Swargaloka, where the abode of demigods, and all the demigods, they have their planets there. So, and who is there? It is explained that Vamana is there protecting the Vamana's another name is Upendra. What is the meaning of Upendra?
Indra's brother.
Indra's brother. Yes, so Vaman is worshipped there, and in each planet you can see there is some form of the Lord and devotees are worshipping him. So always, but then one another interesting thing you could see is nowhere in the entire creation, there is mention of demigods except in this place. Everywhere there is Bhagavan. There is no demigods, in anywhere, So, but we can see in so-called Hindu, so all these demigods worship are equated with Supreme Lord's worship. So therefore we should use all these opportunities to establish how demigods are just mere temporary servants of Krishna, So in that heaven, the Lord of the universe is present in person as the darling son of Aditi. I heard about that wonderful appearance of Sri Vishnu as Upendra Vamana. Mounting the king of birds in the Swargaloka, he goes here and there to kill demons as a sport. With his wonderful pastimes and pleasing words, he completely satisfies the demigods. They worship him as their own brother. Gopakumara has not witnessed such wonderful pastimes with the personality of God in any of the places he has gone so far. But he is going from below, no? So as soon as he comes here seeing Vamana's pastimes, still he has not gone to the higher planets. So he is telling this so wonderful, I have never seen this. In Swargaloka, he will be able to see Lord Vamana flying on his carrier, Garuda, travelling to display pastimes in various places. He was seated on his royal throne, the attractive shoulders of Garuda, surrounded by hosts of demigods. The Lord praised the very sweet music of Narada's Veena. So now, Bhuvarloka, the abode of ghostly spirits. So it is divided into two parts, Antariksha and Bhutaloka. So the Gandharvas or the ghostly beings, Yakshas, Pisachas and Rakshasas, they live in this planet. And Bhurloka, so welcome to Bahrain. What is it? Kingdom of Bahrain. So we are here rotting in material world. So Bhurloka, the human beings live on earth and similar other planets in the Bhur and Bhur group of planets, but the demigods live in Swargaloka. Heaven was established as the residence of demigods, Bhur as that of the ghostly spirit, and earth system as a place of human beings. Srila Sridhar Swami explains that the word Marut Ganai indicates the 7 great winds such as who presides over the region of Bhuvarloka and Pravaha, who holds the planets in their places. So now in earthly planet, Naranarayan Rishis are worshipped where? Badrinath. Alright. So now lower planetary system, and then we can see this Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala and Patala. So all these planets you can see, basically it's not in proportion given here. So they are all very, 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 very small planets and everything is like a disk, you can see here. The Satyaloka is the biggest planet, and then gradually the size of the planets come down, and then these all lower planets, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, all are zipped in basically in a very small disk-like appearance. Right? So, what are those? So Atala, the abode of demons, the son of Maya Danava, it's called Bilaswarga, right? Have you heard of that? Bilaswarga. So demons, they create a heavenly planet in hellish planet also, Bila Swarga. Bila means whole. So Atala, in the planet Atala, the yawning of a demon has produced three kinds of women. So called as Swairini, Kamini and Pumschali. So Sri Kapila resides there. Below Atala is the planet Vitala, where Lord Shiva and his wife Gauri resides. Because of their presence, a kind of gold is produced called Hataka. Below Vitala is a planet called Sutala, the abode of Bali Maharaj, the most fortunate king. Bali Maharaj was favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom? Vamana is there, because of his intense devotional service. So Bali Maharaj was a great devotee and he served Vishnu, but why he is put in Sutala then?
Taken Indra's place, demigod. Demigod is protected because they serves Krishna.
So that's the reason he was put like punishment. But you know that it's not punishment, he's a great devotee, but just to show that you should not disrespect, for our understanding. So kind of a punishment, that's why he was put there, but he is serving Lord eternally there. Rather Vamana is serving him, that we know the story also. So, right. So Tala, the abode of demon Maya, the demon is always materially happy because he is favored by Lord Shiva, but he cannot achieve spiritual happiness at any time. Below Tala is a planet, Mahatala, where there are many snakes with hundreds and thousands of hoots. Below Mahatala is Rasatala, the abode of demoniac sons of Diti and Danu. They are called as? Yes. So now they are all enemies of the demigods and they reside in holes like snakes. From birth they are extremely powerful and cruel, and although they are proud of their strength, they are always defeated by the Sudarshana Chakra of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who rules all the planetary system. And Patala or Nagaloka, where there are many demonic serpents, the master of Nagaloka such as Shanka and etc. So the chief among them is Vasuki. They are all extremely angry and they have many hoods. Some snakes 5 hoods, some 7, 10, 100, 1,000. These hoods are bedecked with valuable gems, and the light emanating from the gems illuminates the entire planetary system of Vilaswarga. So it is explained that sun doesn't come, sun rays doesn't penetrate this lower planetary system. So the gems on the hoods of the snakes in Patala illuminates all the lower planetary system. Alright. So, and then there is hellish planetary system. There is 28 varieties of hells. So why there are planetary varieties of hells?
Different varieties of punishment.
Different. Okay. So, but you can simply increase the intensity, right? Why there should be varieties of punishment? Imagine you are whipping somebody, beating somebody. If somebody did small mistake, you whip him one time. Somebody did big mistake, whip him 100 times. But why there is a different kind of punishment?
Different kind of purification. We done different.
You see how it is purification?
Punish him.
But again, you could give same punishment to purify, no?
Different variety of taste, we done different variety.
Sins are different. But explain a little bit. Now you get my point. In jail, everybody has same punishments. Okay, duration is different and A class jail, B class jail, C class jail. But then Krishna is so amazing, so expert. You see what happens, in our childhood, or it is common in India, when a child speaks lies. So they may beat, they may scold, they may do other kind of punishment, but immediately the first reaction of the mother will be, if you one more time speak lies, what they will say? That is there, but specifically what kind of punishment? No, Nakula. Why? At Nakka use pani pesumbodu valikkum illaya. So you will get pain next time when you speak. So then you will understand you should not speak. So for particular sin, there is a particular punishment so that you don't repeat that particular sin. So that's why you have varieties of hellish planetary systems. So, but nothing is helping us.
In the Purana, it is mentioned so many thousands of hells.
Yeah. This is not 28 hells. This is 28 hellish planetary systems. It's not 28 hells. Maybe it's written like that, but it's not 28 hells. It's planetary system. There's thousands of hells, as you said.
Prabhu, that is 84 lakhs variety of punishments are there.
You can say it's punishment only. Which form of 84 lakh is not punishment? Tell me. So, Hare Krishna.
Where is Pitraloka here?
Yeah, here. You can see here. Oh, sorry. So actually, anyway, this picture is always coming. I'll explain what is this. So this is the Rajagopuram of Srirangam. We got the opportunity to climb there. And this is the Shika Kalash on the top of Rajagopuram. So you can see the size of the Kalash. So why I wanted to show is basically that Srirangam, I was telling, it has 7 avaranas, 7 praharas. So why? Because Vaikunta has 7 avaranas, 7 layers, and Srirangam being the reflection, the Guloka, Vaikunta, the reflection of Vaikunta, so it has also 7 layers. This is what I wanted to show, but always this picture is coming. So here, one second. Sorry, it's a little big file, it's taking time. Okay. So here you see. You saw Prabhu?
Yeah.
Pitraloka is there, right there below. So Bhu Mandala, Sumeru and 7 Dvipas. Just we will quickly finish that. Boring subject matter. But interesting thing is, you can understand that everywhere some form of the Lord is there and devotees are there and worshipping. So God is giving opportunity in even material world, in all parts. Opportunities are given, but unfortunately, conditioned souls are not taking the opportunity. Now you can see here, who are these? Diggajas. Diggajas means?
Each direction.
Dig means direction. Gajas, elephants. So they are direction elephants. What they are doing there? Balancing the disc, the lower planetary system. There is 4 below and 4 above. But Anandasesh could do, right? Why you need elephants? Anandasesh can hold millions of planets. And in fact, this Anandasesh is not Vishnu Tattva or Balram. It's just a Jiva who is empowered. See how much Bhagavan can empower a Jiva. He's called one of the Shakti Avesh avatar. This you can learn from this Krishna Divine Forms seminar. So you can see here among 6 kinds of avatars, Leela, Guna, Avesha, Yuga and Manvantara. You can see Shakti Avesh avatar. So Ananta Deva was given Bhudharana Shakti. A Jiva is empowered with Bhudharana Shakti and he can hold millions of planets. A Jiva can hold. So imagine how much Bhagavan can empower a Jiva if he desires. So what Srila Prabhupada was empowered, he could change millions of people. So that is of course far superior than these things. So now you can understand how many forms Lord is taking and trying to bring these conditioned souls back. Yesterday we were doing one calculation, right? This is Brahma's Yuga avatars, this that. So what do you mean by Yuga avatar? What is the definition of Yuga avatar?
In each yuga,
Bhagavan come. What is Manvantara?
in Brahma's life,
Reign
there is
of Manu.
In how many Manus?
14.
14 Manus in a day of Brahma. So an avatar which comes in a particular ring. There are 14 Manvantaras, right? So there is 14 Manu avatar. Manus are there, Manvantaras are there, right? So in Manu's ring, one period when an avatar comes, that's called Manvantara. So what is Yuga avatar? When an avatar comes to fulfill the purpose of the Yuga Dharma, that's called Yuga avatar. And of course, every Yuga, one Yuga avatar comes. Now imagine how many Yuga avatars are there in a day of Brahma. Okay. So in one yuga cycle, 4 yugas are there. So 4 yuga avatars. Right? So how many such cycles in a day of Brahma? 1000 kalpas, 1000 cycles. So in a day of Brahma, how many yuga avatars come? 4,000 yuga avatars come in a day of Brahma. So now in 1 year, how many yuga avatars come? 4,000 by? How much is that? Can you calculate? Somebody can take calculator. 4,000 by 365. How much is that? $4,000 by 365.
10.95.
14 lakh. 14 lakh 60,000 or 1,460,000. You know. So 14 lakh yuga avatars come in a 1 year of Brahma, and then 1 life of Brahma. How many yuga avatars come? By 100. 14 lakh, 1 crore, 14 crores. 14 crores of Yuga Avatar come in 1 life of Brahma. This is just Yuga Avatar. Then Manvantara Avatar, Shakti Avatar, Guna Avatar, Leela Avatars, Purusha Avatars. 14 crores of avatars come in a day in the life of Brahma. And we are so successful in our desires that we could able to transgress and successfully pass our, continue our stay in material world. So many avatars came and went, but we made sure that we never obeyed them and listened to them and stayed back in this material world successfully. And Prabhupada somehow caught us, So that's mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So, some max class. So now, so these actually another Shesh, it is explained that he could hold. There is no need of Diggajas, but Diggajas are there to help him balance, not for holding, but just for balance. So, being it is huge. So, there is 4 below and 4 above, and it is explained the air, the breath, when elephants breathe, and that is the air which we get in this universe. The breathing of the elephants are the source of the air which we get in this universe. And what else? When the elephants get itching sensation, then only tectonic layers change. The earthquakes, as scriptures explain, when elephants get itching and when they start rubbing, then only that is the reason of earthquake. So if our scientists can give an ointment, to our Pundalika, Airavana, Kumuda and Vamana, then we may stop earthquake. Japan is trying to build earthquake-proof buildings, but if you give them the idea that simply one ointment if they can supply and treat these elephants from getting itching sensation, then there will be no earthquake. Okay, so imagine if they put sani, Sani, Sani means when the elephant passes the dung, what will happen to the Bhumandala? So they don't do that, I think. So Hare Krishna.
We also have their female counterparts.
Yes. Wives. So, okay, this is last, we'll finish. It's Jambudvipa, and we understand there is 7 oceans, right? Ocean of salt water, ocean of sugarcane juice, ocean of liquor, ocean of liquid ghee, ocean of milk, ocean of churned yogurt, and tasteful water. So, how these 7 oceans was formed? Anybody remember?
You are moving chariot.
Yes. Who is that?
Priyavata.
Yes, King Priyavata. So he went with the chariot around and he made another sun, and then with this chariot he dug these channels and made 7 islands and 7 oceans. So he had 7 sons and gave everyone one in charge, and you can see here, their names are here. So, and then each Dvipa, the first one is called Jambudvipa, Lakshadvipa, and like that there are 7 Dvipas, and then 7 islands. And then Jambudvipa is further divided into 7, and who does this? how it happens? Sons of Sagara. You remember? That story is there. So they are looking for the sacrificial horses, and then they dig it into 9. Bharata Kanda is what we are going to see. So Bharata Varsha, Kim Purusha Varsha, Hari Varsha, Ilavrata Varsha, Ketumala, Ramyaka, Kuru, Hiranmaya and Bhadrashva. So these are the 9 Varshas. And then again you can see here Bharata Kanda is the place where our earth is there in this Bharata Varsha region. So now we can understand that the universe is so massive, so big, and we are there in one particular corner. And when you go to a temple and when you do this archana, get the archana ticket, the priest will ask our Gotram, right? Our star, Gotram, all these things. And then when he goes inside and starts doing the puja, he starts with, anybody remember that? So what is the meaning?
Location.
GPS. He is giving GPS location. So Lord is busy in addressing so many devotees. So he is informing so and so who is coming in this Gotra, and the priest is informing the Lord which part. So that is what is Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kande. If you are in Udupi region, they say Meru ho Dakshina, means south of Meru, Purushottama Kshetra. Udupi is called as Purushottama Kshetra. So like that, every part has some particular name. So that's the reason that you can also understand. So now people with more piety but not enough to go to Swarga, they go to other Varshas. These other Varshas, there are people who also reside there. So all Devatas, they make their holiday resort the top of Sumeru. So this is how you call it? Mauritius for demigods. So Brahma and other demigods, they have their holiday. For Brahma in the middle is called as Brahmapuri, 8 principal demigods. So they stay here and they enjoy their holidays. When Vamana pierced the coverings, the Ganges came and fell on the middle of Sumeru, and then it divided into 4 directions and got name Alakananda, Bhagirathi, Mandakini and Bhogavati. So that also story we know. So Shiva sits on Himalayas which divide. So the Shiva in the Kailash, we are speaking of Kailash. So this Kailash is here, which divides the Bharata Varsha and Kim Purusha Varsha. So this is the border, this Kailash where Lord Shiva, the material world, is residing in this place. So when Bhima went looking for the golden celestial lotus for Draupadi, he went there and the Yakshas prohibited there, saying it is not for humans. And then you know how the story went. He was not human. He was superhuman. So he could be able to go there. So these are all some details. Okay, so now you can understand also there is the sun is having one axis on a mountain called Manasotara. Manasotara is a mountain which is dividing this Pushkara Dvipa and Shaka Dvipa. So this is a mountain basically. This Manasotara is a huge mountain. So and then the axis of the sun is there. So an axis is here and one on the top. So sun is going all around. And then here it is explained Loka mountain is there and it is golden color, and whatever falls there due to its reflection nothing will be visible. It's so high that it goes till the Sumeru, which goes till the Dhruloka, and then beyond the region of Loka is Aloka Varsha, is so high that the sun's rays doesn't penetrate the Loka mountains, and therefore this Aloka Varsha is denoted here in a dark color. It's dark, it's considered. The sun rays doesn't pass through the Loka mountain on the other side. So these are some technical details. So Hare Krishna. So thank you. There are some details, more details to it, but we are not interested in material world. So how to go back? Okay, I dropped you in Bahrain, but That should not be the goal of speaker, So what we have to do is by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we can go and reach Krishna's planet. 2000 BD, Mataji. I already told this in first class. If you sponsor one room, so you will be getting ticket for dropping in Golok. It's not easy, Mataji. Minimum 2000 BD. 5 lakhs, one room. I am very clear. Fundraiser. Yes. So, some motivation should be there. Nothing should be free of cost. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, I'm sorry I'm not so expert in these subject matters. We just heard and we are repeating it. So, maybe I'm not, maybe some mistakes were there. So, please forgive me. So, any questions, comments, we'll privately discuss. So, it's already late. We have to take prasadam. So, again, I thank all the devotees, Shyam Prabhu, Mataji, and all other devotees who have given me this opportunity, invited me here, and gave this service. And all devotees lovingly served prasadam and also lovingly want to help build our temple. So, I take this opportunity again to invite all of you to Salem. So we have so many temples around. Srirangam, Kanchipuram, so many temples. So any help you want, so we'll try to assist you. So we have contacts all around. We'll be able to guide you and all. So please do visit these temples. Please come and stay in Salem. We have guest house already functional now. So up to 3 days is free. After that you have to sponsor the room. So and if you have any of your friends, relatives, if you feel that we have to preach or we have to send some invitation to them, so you are most welcome. You can give their contacts, we can keep in touch, we can add them in our WhatsApp group, we can send them invitations, invite them, and whatever assistance we can do, we will try to do. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Goloka Vrindavan Dham ki, Gaur Premanand.